This is Conservative Kitty. In a separate video, I explained perfectly that each and every American owes at least $59,000 on the national debt. Today, we'll discuss what could possibly go wrong when a country just prints money. What are the consequences when a business, a person, or a country gets completely overburdened with debt? One of three things can happen. Number one, they may pay it off. That's the honest thing to do, and fortunately, most businesses and individuals do pay off their loans. If they pay their debts, then this improves their credit rating and makes it possible to borrow again in the future. The second option is to simply not pay. Sometimes an organization can't or won't pay their debt. Perhaps they went bankrupt. This is obviously a tragedy for all of the lenders. The non-payment also makes it hard to borrow money the next time. The third option is they will pay with funny money and hope that you accept it. Unlike individuals or companies, governments may actually print money out of thin air and then pay lenders with the newly printed money. This strategy will buy some time, but eventually the printed phony money causes lenders to lose confidence in that nation's currency. When a currency is no longer trusted or accepted, then comes inflation, and sometimes even hyperinflation. That's where a dollar buys far less than what it used to. Hyperinflation is where the U.S. economy is likely headed. How about a real-world example? Ever heard of Zimbabwe? It is a very beautiful country in southeastern Africa. It used to be called Rhodesia. In 1980, one Zimbabwe dollar was equivalent to one U.S. dollar. But then, in the 1990s, the dictator, Robert Mugabe, started spending money that the country didn't have. Mugabe robbed his country's treasury, and he also confiscated farms and ranches from the legal landowners and transferred those properties to his cronies and military henchmen. Because of excessive government spending and the resulting printing of money, Zimbabwe experienced inflation. See the rates shown on this chart. Inflation peaked in November 2008 at 79 billion%. Hyperinflation then led to the collapse of the Zimbabwe dollar. Shortly before the Zimbabwe currency collapsed, they printed this fine-looking $100 trillion bill. Yes, $100 trillion. Remember, at one point, not all that long ago, a single Zimbabwe dollar had the same value as the US dollar. Obviously, with hyperinflation, it becomes impossible to run an economy, expand a business, or to loan or borrow money. With hyperinflation like this, it is difficult to even buy groceries, and such uncertainty can lead to chaos and societal collapse. That's why you hear about so many survivalists and doomsday preppers. They believe that a financial system built on immense debt has created a financial house of cards that is just waiting to collapse. So what must we do here in the U.S. so we don't end up like Zimbabwe? First, we need to not elect crooked politicians in the mold of Mugabe. Unfortunately, we have plenty of them. Here are some recent big spenders in the U.S. who are making the U.S. look more like Zimbabwe every day. A simple rule of thumb is to never vote for leftist candidates. They may call themselves many things, including progressives, liberals, or socialists. The leftist politicians have clever names for their massive spending and borrowing. They may call it Keynesian economics, or a stimulus, or a government investment. But don't be fooled. Whatever the leftists may call it, big government spending erodes freedom, wastes money, and weakens the economy. Leftist big government policies have ruined the economies and liberties of many nations, including Cuba, Eastern Europe, Russia, and Venezuela. And these policies have even ruined cities like Detroit, Chicago, and Baltimore. So what can you do? Learn about and support economic conservatives who understand that prosperity comes from honest government and from free market economics. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, or subscribe.